He said, I'll love you till I die. She told him, you'll forget in time. As the years rolled slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. Oh, I'm live. I got audio. All right, cool. Uh, well, 45 years ago today, I married my beautiful bride. And this time, the times after that international gang stalking episode in Jamaica, um, it was too much for her. When they bring the war into your home, ain't no place for the women and children. Um, so I think that is the greatest love song of all time. And it's for that reason, it's one of my all-time favorites. I got a lot of favorites. There's just such a ton of awesome music. But that's not why I'm here to have this talk. But it is a little bit more about moi. So happy anniversary, happy anniversary. I am going to win my wife back. And it won't be the first time. So at any rate, how do we start here? All right. Prepaid. When I say that, there's a bracket, PRE, bracket, hyphen, paid. If you want to hear it in the quantum, if you want to hear it in the babble, it's just prepaid. I'm not sure what wavelength you're on. And regardless of your wavelength, how indoctrinated, MK, ultra toxified, dumbed down, fear based you are, I try and bring this all to you and make it so stupidly simple that all of us dumbed down, we can just own it. Somebody in the chat, it looks like Supernaut. Looks like Supernaut. Supernaut, it is. Supernaut says, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Like this, or like this with a hug. I will I'll come back to that. My Love is Like a Tire Iron by Ted Nugent is the best love song. Yeah, My Love is Like a Tire. Well, each to their own, right? I'd say there's just so much good music. Best way to get a hold of me is go to my website, oralhealthwithcannabis.com. And my phone number's, excuse me, my phone number's there. If you call me, I don't know the number, I ain't answering. So if you're going to call me, you want to call me, you want to have a phone call, send a text message, introduce yourself, give me a clue what you want to talk about, and that you got a real good chance of hearing back from me. If you're a gaslighter, if you're a gang stalker, if you're a parasite, don't waste your time. Because you ain't gonna get very far. However, we are collecting evidence. We are collecting evidence, and so I had a couple of thoughts come into my mind, and it relates to Postal, but right now somehow I'm disengaged in part of that, but I have the other part, which is related to these policy officers and the road piracy. So when uh, when they decide to create an emergency and then force you off the road and then approach you with all kind of armament in a threatening, authoritative manner and start to give you orders, and then they want to give you a ticket. Well, I say own your authority. Damn it, I got this memorized. I think it's 13818. It is, isn't it? It is 13818. Executive order, human rights abuse. So, policy officer approaches your vehicle. So, if you're smoking, he's going to want to tell you to put your cigarette out. Give me your eyeball, motherfucker, and I'll put it out if you're that fucking insistent. Are you willing to die to trespass upon me, motherfucker? Oh, that's MUTHER All right, that's Ethan speak, motherfucker. Are you ready to die to trespass upon me? I'm collecting evidence and I'm educating. Are you aware of Executive Order 13818, bro? What size neck you got, bro? I'm collecting evidence. I didn't have my camera on when you created your emergency and aggressively forced me off the road and then approached me with all your armament and your supposed authority to give orders and threaten and intimidate me. Please give me the evidence, especially if you're willing to die to trespass upon my rights. This is how you got to talk to these people. All right, now it's all come back full circle. This is how you go in and talk to these postal fucks. All right, that's Phucks. Ethan speak. These motherfuckers in the United States Post Office buildings and in the United States Postal Service buildings. You talk with them the same way. You say to them, for a man not to know his everyday job is a deceit. Now, I'll talk about a few things here, especially the thumbnail for this video. Now, we know they're rewriting the internet, in part because of me, with regards to that $1,800 million funding to rejuvenate gum tissue, done under a different kind of title because they were trying to hide it. And then and now first they deleted the results of the study, and now they've deleted the funding of the study. And what you're going to find is a $1.8 billion funding, because you people are checking me out. So they want to make me look bad. But so this may or may not still be there. I haven't gone to check, but this is not that old. This is USPS.com Postal Explorer. Anybody want to fact check me live right now? Here's your opportunity. Or prove that they're deleting the internet. All right. If this information is not there, they're deleting the internet. Or I created this to come out here and give you this video because I trapped you into my Truther home shopping network, and I'm gonna, spend 50% of the time selling you my goods and work. No, people, I don't want to do this. I want you to be free. If you're free, I'm free. If you're free, the kids and the grandkids are free. The women and the children are free. Grandma's free. Get it? I don't want to do this. But if not me, who? If not now, when? And who else? Who else brings you what I bring you? Nobody. And with a kiss, as often as I can, keeping it stupidly simple. So, United States Postal Service.com Postal Explorer 742, stamps not affixed. 742.1, marking. Some items of foreign origin do not bear postal stamps, but instead are marked postage paid, on postal service, service desk posties, tax procure, and tax is spelled TAXE, and it's tax per Q, PERCUE, or TP. You can abbreviate that, tax per Q, or port pay, and pay is PAYE, or PP, followed by postmarks. And then it goes on to talk about the marking on Her Majesty's. So we don't give a shit about that, all right? And the last sentence is treat this mail as prepaid. So everything listed there, treat it as prepaid. Does it say accept certified mail? Other than certified mail? Other than registered mail? Other than first class mail? Doesn't say a damn thing about it, does it? No, it don't. Oh, there's more? Yeah. Let's see if I can blow this up. Turn the screen this way and blow it up this way. There we go. And put that up there like that, so there's nothing else to distract you. And I'm going to see if I can just read that on the screen. I got to read it backwards. 742.5, parcels without postage stamps. Too hard for me to read that backwards. So it says some, and I'm not doing a good job of holding it steady. Some, cooperate with me. Some foreign post offices do not put postage stamps on parcels. All such parcels received must be regarded as prepaid. All. So, why not print that off? print that off, and create evidence like I have. I'm creating this evidence. We talked about it. I thought I was done. I bonded. I'm not done. Oh, I'm not done. Because I had a couple reasons to go to the mailbox, and I came up with all that mail fraud. And then sinking my teeth into Executive Order 13818, which is under a cog. It's under a cog. So that's under martial law. Oh, I'm seeing videos of troops on the ground in Hollywood and in Pennsylvania and probably Philadelphia. And I'm looking for verification that it's happening. And apparently something on the tell board, intel is no tell, right? So, and who's telling? I don't know. If anybody's in Hollywood that can verify boots on the ground, or anybody in the Philadelphia area or Pennsylvania can verify boots on the ground, or any other location. And remember, you don't want to be addressed. Other ways to get to me. Contact me, Supernaut. If you're on Telegram, if you have a Telegram app, links to my Telegram channels are in the description of the videos. And and of course you can send prepaid first class mail, but I only go to my box about once or twice a year, and I'm ready to put a lock on that damn thing, because the mail fraud in that militarized box is just through the roof. And so I need to make a correction. There's actually a couple of corrections I need to make. I said in the video the other day that the treasurer pled guilty to treason in my court. I have to correct that and rephrase that and say, upon service, the treasurer will plead guilty to treason in my court. You see, for those of you who don't know, the clowns in the costumes, came and put this threatening stuff on, and they were coming to steal my property, my home, all my sweat equity, after they've stolen pretty much everything else from me, and isolated me here, and made me one of the most feared men in the world, and consequently, after surviving through all of that, one of the most dangerous motherfuckers on this planet. And I'm coming for you, parasites. So what happened was I didn't have the money. I couldn't stop them. And I had abrogated the taxes. And you know about the corruption here, and all the documentation. And if you don't, there's some 300 and some videos where you can find this information. So I had scrambled. I mean, I last minute scrambled, and this has got weight. There's a good 1/4 inch to 3/8 paper in here. So, but the good Lord smiled on me and that foreclosure year got paid, not by me. I didn't. I didn't want to have the money and pay because that'd be like surrendering. So it was facilitated, and then I was like, well, because I had no time to review what I put together. I was under tremendous pressure with a lot of things, and I just decided I will return to that. And then, well, I'm down to the mailbox, and we see that the Kalkaska County Treasurer is using a federal franken, right? More evidence of mail fraud coming right out of this Kalkaska post office here in the village of Kalkaska, where the village idiot Chief Poopy Pants Popa says there's no corruption. Get out, Ethan. Pack up and get out. I'm telling you nicely, with a veiled threat. And then admits he's protecting the judge and the sheriff. And I've got it on YouTube. And I commented that I had 180 some videos. And he says, and it's not done you any good so far, has it? You village idiot. You fucking stupid, dumbed down, toxified tyrant. Participating in human trafficking. Lord have mercy, people. So, all right, I created my plate. I've opened up federal court and facilitated many proceedings and created many, what do you want to call them? Articles, documents, ments. What? How do I communicate to you between Babel and quantum and your MK ultra toxification, dumbed down, fear-based vibrations? So don't get all tangled up. Try and follow along with me rather than, try and strike it. You said this and you said that and that. Blah. It's like, comprehend what's being put in front of you. And then you take it from there. You, because I'm not telling you what to do. I show you a lot of what I did. I dig deeper and bring more, and just so I want you to be free. So why not create the Americans Notice of Liability? It's cheap as free. Cheap as free. If you want it on the Home Shopping Network, try and find one of these other parasites that won't bring the truth forward to you, and ask them to put it up for sale on their home, their Truth or Home Shopping network. This thing's powerful. It's extremely powerful. And you got to realize, comprehend that your rights do not come from the Constitution. They were once constitutionally protected. And what were they? Oh, well, go read your state constitutions. I've done the work for you. I've collected a bunch of them. The oldest ones I could find. So there is Phuckery in them, but you can look past that Phuckery and you can look to the true words that were put there to spell out write out, document, preserve the knowledge of those declarations. Because really what that is a declaration of your rights. To come from where? From that declaration? No. You're born with them. You take your first breath with them. You come into this realm, into this world, onto this planet with them. And at one point, they were constitutionally protected. And now space, now time, under martial law, under a COG, continuity of government, in devolution, taking down the old corrupt system, reconstitution, bringing back a republic with liberty and freedom and law and accountability, parasites. We're collecting evidence. Come on, give me some more. And don't listen to these people that want to tell you to return the evidence. Put return to sender on it and send it to them. Put it in a mailer and mail it to them, but you kept a copy. Fuck no. You send them a copy, you drag them into your court, you bring them into your system, and you keep the evidence. That's my opinion. That's what I do. You use your own authority. You want to give them the evidence, that's up to you. I don't know what to do for you if that's your line of thinking. So now this notice of liability, see, this is something you create because you got to put your information in it, and then you want to get it turned into a notary jurat certificate. You facilitate this through an Article 3 court process. That's federal court. It's court of law. Open public court of record. Highest law. Cheapest free. You can push the buttons and have access to a piece of paper and a device that's got ink in it that'll do it. That's what it costs you. And then you facilitate it. You make it your own. Make it your own before you print it, unless you want to pay twice. But you're charging yourself at that point because it's cheap as free. Go in and edit it, make it yours, and then there you go. And then what Russell Russell J Gould, global postal chief. If I said that wrong, Russell, I'll correct it later. But y'all know who I'm talking about. The claim of the life. That, in reality, is quite equal, on par, should be on the same shelf with the Americans Notice of Liability. Now, when you go through the process of becoming postmaster, and you do that by facilitating that claim of the life, and you get your 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 registered number, like I did, from your label 200. Now I'm months and months and months away from these label 200s, but they don't always start with RF as mine did. There's other, and there's been Phuckery. I know there's been Phuckery because there's designations to those tracking numbers that Kelly Bundy syndrome right the hell out of my head. All right. Too much came flooding in. I didn't retain onto that little tidbit when I was back in the deep dive on all of this. So at any rate, you facilitate your mail, whether you go give them your fiat dollars or you own your authority. Either way, you're creating a record in the post. That's the kiss. That's keeping it stupidly simple. That's your record recorded. That's your documentation recorded, registered in the global post. What is it? Well, it's your claim to the life. To be a man, not a dead fiction. And what do you get? You get a postal number. And then when you're facilitating your contracts and your documents, you're capturing your straw man, you're going to use that registered number that validates your case recorded in the register of the post office. Now, you can go through that process of claim of the life in less than 2 weeks. You can get it done. And then you can move forward from there. Know what your authority is and stand on it. Even if you do that, I think you ought to facilitate the Americans Notice of Liability and just bracket it. Put a bracket at the first, before the first word, and put a bracket at the last word. And so then it's not on the page. Oh, but it is. And again, you see, if you knew who you were, none of this paperwork would be necessary. None of it. So you can put it on the page and quantumize it with the brackets, even though you don't know syntaxing, even though you don't know quantum grammar. All right. There's another kiss for you. All right. Stupidly simple. Stupidly simple. Because we're so dumbed down, we need stupidly simple in a way that we can comprehend it and own it. So there's been Phuckery in the Phiction, corporatized congressional space where they've done things to make law about 2 cents for your mail per half ounce, 3-cent postage shit in there. All right. Hey, they can write all that crap for themselves. It's not for you. They just make you think it's for you. And then when you start going down rabbit holes in the rabbit hole that you should be going down, you're not. You're going down all the fiction rabbit holes. Well, you can get bit by a snake when you get down there. Now, it isn't going to be hard for you to find mail fraud in your mailbox. It ain't going to be hard for you to create the Americans Notice of Liability. It isn't going to be hard for you to research the COG, the martial law, and understand that an executive order that happened by the acting president during COG is actually a military operation, and it has teeth. Ooh. Ooh. Poopy Pants, are you hearing me, bro? You had your opportunity. You had your opportunity, but you needed to protect that British agent and her cohorts over there with Fat Phuckford and his Department of Treasonous Rats and all the other county buildings and officials. And all you apparently operating under a federal franken county at the county level, operating under a federal franken. You see, people, take the evidence from the policy officer and ask him, is he willing to die to trespass upon your rights? And you can just do it all with a smile on your face and get his reaction and say, are you aware of Executive Order 13818, martial law, continuity of government, and you are giving me evidence of human trafficking, you fucking parasitic fuck. This is the way we should, in my opinion, be talking to these parasites. And when that don't work, then you have been educated by the fantastically well done YouTube video from Cop Block titled, When Should You Shoot a Cop? The link to that YouTube video is to be found in the description of this video. Several of the recent video descriptions and every video description going forward until I feel there's no reason to be educating you people on when should you shoot a cop. All right. I don't know. I got anything else with regards to this right now? Anybody got a question? Now's a good time to put your fingers to work. The stamp is not canceled. Which stamp is not canceled, Supernaut? See, you're the Universal Postal Union, defunct, bankrupt, is probably good information to know from their books, their procedures, their, all of that. However, the Global Post and the global postal chief is, in my opinion, where you ought to be getting your education. Uh, so owning your authority, getting it registered with the post, gets you your number. So as I was explaining, there are different ways to get from here to there. And for those of you who become postmasters, federales, federal witnesses, um, you can you know how to own your authority, be prosecutor, open up Article 3, public court of record, public court of law. Um, you just you own your authority, and you have it recorded, registered in the post. So that's it. So I hope that takes the mystery out of it for you. The stamp from the treasonous treasure. Oh, the Franken. Now this is interesting because it is canceled. This one's canceled. Um, let's see. Um, Yet this one is not. Same post office. Okay, one of them is addressed to occupant. One of them is addressed to somebody else. It's not me. Now, if maybe it is canceled because it says Traverse City, Michigan, 496, and that touches the Franken. It doesn't appear that anything else touches that Franken. So is that considered canceled? It's certainly not this mark, certainly not that cancel mark. But it is federal, and it is evidence of human trafficking and disregard for truth and law. So I, I'm going to keep putting this together, and maybe this this mailing that I prepared. Maybe I get ambitious and I sit down and I do a bunch of typing and printing and compiling and so forth. Or maybe I just wait for the boots on the ground and come forward as a federal witness and give a oral testimony, give an oral declaration to the events. Um, so super. I don't know. It's a it. I. It's like it looks like a funny heart, like a compressed funny heart. It's not a B. It be required of the post office to stamp to cancel. Um, Look, I don't know. Uh, the Now the that round stamping process. There's a word for that. It escapes me. That's proof of contract with the post. With them contracting with you. Um, so all this that I've created, everything I've done like this, that license plate, everything, possibly in a righteous world, it would just go, you would just go to the post office and walk in and say, cancel the stamp. You would command them. It's their duty. But we're too slavish and dumbed down and fear-based, um and every time you start getting somewhere, you got 10 other people throwing bullshit at you to throw you off track. So keep everything simple. Keep it stupidly simple. Own your authority. All right, everybody. I love you. I'll be back. Take out a parasite. That's your job. Fuck British invaders. Fuck British agents. Abrogate the R. Don't fall on the sword. Wield that shield and swing that sword. Take these parasites out. It's past time.